Did you hear that? To a normal person, it's just a twig snapping. To a new backpacker at 2 in the morning, it's a grizzly bear holding an axe. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about the night shift. You've done the miles, you've eaten your freeze-dried chili mac, and now you're settled in for the night. And then the woods wake up. Now if you're new to this, that first night is going to be the hardest part of the trip. So today let's debunk the soundtrack of the forest. Now, the best way to beat the night is to win the day. Don't arrive at your campsite at dusk. Get there plenty early. Walk the perimeter, take a look around, get familiar with your surroundings. Look at that leaning tree that might groan in the wind. Listen to the birds and the squirrels while you can see them. If you hear a specific bird call at 4 p.m., you're going to know at 4 in the morning that's just the same bird you heard earlier. And instead of retreating to your tent the second it gets dark, sit out for a while. Watch the light fade. Let your eyes adjust. Be present in that transition from day to night. If you watch the woods go to sleep, you'll realize it's the same place it was just 3 hours ago. It's just that now the lights are off. Modern life is loud, which makes the woods seem very quiet. But the wilderness is never actually silent. So let's take a quick look at some of the night shift's greatest hits. If you're new to backpacking, especially if you're alone, those night noises can really stir your imagination. And while you're settled into your tent, you may hear the snap or a high-pitched scream. Maybe you hear something that sounds like drumming in the distance, or a scuttling and scurrying outside your tent. Well, most of us have experienced that. And most of us, especially early on, let our imaginations run wild. So let's take a look at what those sounds probably actually are. First, we have the Banshee. If you hear a blood-curdling scream, don't panic. It's probably just a red fox looking for a date. Foxes have a vocal range that is frankly offensive. And the call of some owls, which of course come out at night, can also sound like a woman screaming in the distance. Striking fear into the new backpacker at 1 in the morning.
But wait, what about that low rhythmic drumming? That's the engine. If you hear a sound like a distant tractor trying to start up, that's the Ruffed Grouse. They beat their wings against the air to create a vacuum. And at 2 a.m., that vibration can feel like Bigfoot is marching right toward your vestibule. It's just a bird doing some late-night drumming.
There's the Stomper. Predators like cougars are silent. They're ninjas. But porcupines and deer, they don't care who hears them. They wander around in the night with quills or hooves. If you hear something outside your tent that sounds heavy and clumsy, it's probably a porcupine looking to chew the salt off of your trekking pole handles. Finally, we have the Scuttlers. They're the worst. Those tiny feet on dry leaves sound like 1,000 fingers tapping on your tent. If it's fast and frantic, it's likely a chipmunk looking for some leftover trail mix. One of the most common things I hear in the middle of the night is a branch snapping. And of course, it's easy to imagine that's an axe murderer who just happens to be where you're camping in the middle of the woods looking for somebody to kill. And in almost every case, it ends up being a deer or some other smaller animal just moving around through the woods looking for something to eat. Now let's talk about the weirdest one, Auditory Pareidolia. Now that's just a fancy term for your brain trying to make patterns out of random sounds. When your imagination peaks, that gurgling stream can start to sound like muffled voices, or even a radio playing in the distance. I've experienced that myself, and it was pretty freaky. Wind whistling through a hollow log can sound like a low moan. It's not a ghost. It's just your brain being a little too smart for its own good. And don't be your worst enemy. If you leave a camp chair or a cook pot balanced on a log when you go to bed at night, you're just setting yourself up for a jump scare trap. All it takes is a 5-mile-an-hour breeze or a curious chipmunk to send that scuttling in the middle of the night. And now your heart is hitting 150 beats per minute just because you didn't secure your camp kitchen. And now you got to ask yourself, are you brave enough to shine your light out there, or are you just going to wait for that axe murderer to show up at your tent door? So, check your gear before you go to bed. If it's on the ground, it can't fall. So, just a little advice to help you sleep better. First, trust your system. If you hang your food bag well away from your tent, or place it in a bear vault, you're going to be safe. And if you're having anxiety now about all those noises in the night when you get out there, consider camping near running water. Now, obviously, you want to practice leave no trace, so don't camp too close, but that white noise in the background can be really helpful in drowning out some of those little noises that might keep you awake if you're anxious. And try bringing earplugs. They're ultralight, and they're one of the best ways to keep all of those spooky noises at bay. Look, the woods don't change their personality just because the sun went down. They just change their volume. That fear you feel at 2 a.m., that's just your prehistoric brain trying to keep you alive. But in 2026, most likely that's just a chipmunk looking for a snack. Every time you spend a night out here, you're training your brain to recognize the night shift for what it really is. A busy, living forest that doesn't care that you're here. Don't let that chipmunk steal your sleep. Trust your gear and trust yourself. And just know that even after 25 years of doing this, occasionally I hear that axe murderer out in the dark as well. But after 25 years, I've survived every night alone, and I'm yet to meet that axe murderer. So hopefully you'll be getting out here soon. Maybe I'll see you on the trail. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.